Man, this is what I'm talking about. This is what we do Lawndale at its best. You know what I'm saying? We got cat, we got a tree. It's real out here. You know what I'm saying? We about that life. We about that Christmas life.
Come and behold him, born the King of angels. Oh, come let us adore him. Oh, come let us adore him. Oh, come let us adore him, Christ the Lord.
Thank everyone for coming out, and I want to welcome everyone to what we hope to be an annual event. If you don't know, this is in recognition of Millie Goldsmith, who's my grandmother, who's a community advocate. She lived here for 50, 60 years almost, and she was very strong in the community as far as trying to bring positiveness back to Lawndale. This is just a small token, as everyone would know, to say I remember my grandmother, the light that she was in my life, and also, hopefully, she finds a little bit of joy of the light that we're bringing back to Lawndale. Amen. Amen. There's a lot of positive things that are going on right now within Lawndale, within the framework and the infrastructure of Lawndale that she helped spawn and be part of. There's a couple key officials that aren't here right now that are out of town I've spoken with, who she helped get into office. For example, Bobby Steele, if you all know her. Way back when she ran for alderman, a lot of people don't know that. She didn't actually win, but Grandma was her actual secretary at that point in time. When she was first getting started, this is before she even got elected. Art Turner, same thing. When he first got into office, there's many pictures and things of that nature that I've come across that actually show that.
My name is Millie Goldsmith. I wanted to, first of all, again, welcome everybody from North Lawndale and everybody who's not from this community, but you're here visiting and you're here to celebrate this occasion. You know what? This is more than just about Millie Goldsmith, which is the spirit that spawned why we're here today. But this is also about us trying to plant forever seeds in our community. We're trying to pass on legacy to our children. And we're also just trying to motivate and inspire our neighbors, our friends, to just love one another and to unify. In light of everything that's going on in the world today, we're just hoping that this tree will be a light as people drive through this community and they see all of the poverty and whatever it is that they may see that they may consider negative. Guess what? This is positive.
All right.
And as soon as they drive into this community, they're going to see that, you know what, there must be something else here. Maybe something that we can't see, but because of this tree, they will be able to feel it.
I want to thank everybody for being here and allowing me to speak in behalf of my friend, because we were friends for a very long time. And I can tell you, as far as I'm concerned, anytime you look around and see something positive, you know Millie Goldsmith had a hand in helping to get done.
Yeah.
If you see something that was going wrong, you can bet your bottom dollar she was on it. She have called me many times and said, Gladys, you know, there's a pothole with no cover. We need to go talk to the ward office. We have got up many times and ran from different offices. We'd attend all the meetings. She knew everybody just about in this neighborhood. She can tell you what minister was at what church and what they was doing on a particular Sunday. So when you look up and see this tree, you think about the person that had her hands on whatever was needed to go on in this community.
She was my next door neighbor.
All right now.
And she worked all the time.
Amen.
She made me get up. She didn't make me, but she was out there doing things and made me have to get out there. I probably wouldn't have went out there. You know, she was picking up this end, and she was a kid. I moved about 2 months before here in 1957.
Wow.
I've been on that corner since 1957. And she was a beautiful neighbor there. I really miss her myself.
Angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Peace on earth.
I'm going to speak about my personal relationship with Miss Goldsmith and her family. She was an organizer in the true delivery of organizing as her work on our block club. That's where I got to know her and her family very well. I grew up with her sons and her daughters, and Mrs. Goldsmith was a true delight as a neighbor, also as an educator, because she worked in the school system as well. And so I got a chance to know her there as well. And my family and her family became close family on the block, where I knew her most of all. So, Drew, this is a true honor of your grandmother and what she meant to our community area and our community neighborhood. She fought for so many different things around our community for many, many years. And so I'm delighted to be here in support of the Goldsmith family and what this brings back and honoring the history of our senior leaders in our community. This gentleman who just spoke just turned 89, is it? Yeah. 89 years old. And so to have powerful leaders like that in our community and the history like Mr. Moore and Mrs. Goldsmith, and particularly Mrs. Goldsmith because of the work that she did in our community for so many years, and not only the community, because she go to City Hall in a minute. It just didn't last here in Lawndale. So thank you so much, Drew and the family, for all that you're doing to recognize the history of Grandma Goldsmith and your grandmother to what she means to our neighborhood. So
I've known Mother Goldsmith since 1980, and she always watched out for me. Even at night when I would go home from the clinic, she said, "I see what time you left last night." And so, I mean, I just really miss her. But also, just to say to the Lawndale family, she loved her community in every way. So
good evening. I'm Gloria Goldsmith, and Millie Goldsmith is my mother. Mr. Moore, thank you so much for letting me know when we moved over there, because we didn't know. We didn't recall when we moved, and I appreciate that, because we were looking through some papers, and I just knew I was a little girl. That's the only thing I could remember. So I appreciate that, and thank you for the year. I am so elated that Drew thought so much of his grandma. All the time I said, what can I do? What can we do? What can I do? What can we do? And I was just so happy when he came up with this idea of a unity tree, because that is my mother. She's a unifier, a sanctifier, a cook-a-fire, she's a crack-a-fire, and whatever else you want to call her. But she was there. If you called her and you had a problem, she's going to get out there and help you.
Okay, Lawndale. 5,
4, 3, 2, 1. Making spirits rise. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey! Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride